Today, we are going to continue our conversation about growing hands and growing hands in the terms that, we use it a lot back in the day. Don't hear it too much nowadays, but I don't know if it's making a comeback. But essentially, it has different components to actually what that means. On the last video, I did a little breakdown of kind of surface explanation of what that kind of means. Hey, welcome to another video. Welcome to the Bajo channel. This is the home of self-care, beauty, wellness, and every and anything that'll help you to become the most empowered version of you. Today, we are going to continue our conversation about growing hands and growing hands in the terms that, we use it a lot back in the day. Don't hear it too much nowadays, but I don't know if it's making a comeback. But essentially, it has different components to actually what that means. On the last video, I did a little breakdown of kind of surface explanation of what that kind of means. But I want to go a little bit deeper today. I want to speak a lot about what growing hands means in terms of energy. And the energy that you have around you, the energy that you have touching you in your hair, all of it. When you are experiencing that phenomenon of growing hands or whoever you're going to and your hair is flourishing, one of the things that you're going to note immediately is that the stylist that is in your hair and that's servicing you has a very positive disposition, and they have very intentional energy, meaning that they are very upbeat, they're very positive, their conversation feeds you. Even when you are in their chair, even if it's not a lot of conversation going on, you feel like a sense of calm, you feel like this sense of camaraderie. It is a energy that not only you pick up in your inside of you, but your hair cells, your follicles feed on that energy. And it's the same when you are in an atmosphere where there is negativity and toxicity. Your hair reads that. Let me tell you something. I'm a firm proponent of energy and how it feeds every part of you. I can honestly say I believe that many times I have fallen sick. Because I entertained an energy or that was around me longer than it should have been, and my body just couldn't sustain it. Honestly, that's my personal story. Understanding how important it is to our bodies, but to our hair. When you are experiencing that phenomenon that we call growing hands, you are having like these positive vibrations constantly around you while you're being serviced. And listen, we are human. Everybody's not happy-go-lucky every single day. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying the intentionality of just being uplifting, upbeat. You can sense that there's something in that space that is feeding you, even in silence. It is important not only just for your hair, but just for your entire being. We have to be very intentional about what we give our time to and what spaces we allow ourselves to rest in and get comfortable in. Because you are going to be a product of your environment. Your hair is going to be a product of your environment. When someone say to you. Oh my goodness. They have growing hands. They have growing hands. Listen, the implications of that runs deep, right? When you are going to a stylist, and like I said, even when she's not the most talkative stylist, you don't have to be talkative to be positive. You can feel a sense of purpose and support and just love. Those things feed your hair. I'm telling you, this is one of the things that you need to do when you're rating whether I'm going to spend my money here or more importantly, am I going to spend my time here? Am I going to place my energy in this space? Because energies transfer. It's not like you're going somewhere to give something that you had, but whatever's there, it's a transference. So for me, I try my best to always be very intentional to what I'm giving off. Oftentimes, if I'm feeling icky or if I'm going through something, I try my best to isolate myself because I don't want to transfer that. I don't like that. Sometimes it happens to the best of us. Sometimes it happens. But at the end of the day, you can be very, very conscious of where am I at? And a lot of times when you're in a salon, you spend a lot of time there. Even if you're not spending a lot of time, or one off, maybe you're there for an hour, maybe you're there for 2 to 3 hours. A basic styling visit should run about maybe 2, maybe 4 hours, depending on what you're getting. Maybe a little bit longer, maybe less, but let's say 2, 4, depending on what you're getting. And that's a long space of time to allow energy to be transferred. That's a lot. So in our self-care journey and in our walk, to try to be more aware of the things that's going on around us. And I'm telling you, as you grow, as you mature, you have to be very conscious of certain things, how you feel, how those things make you feel. If you go in certain spaces and automatically you get nervous or you get anxious or you start feeling some way that doesn't make you feel comfortable, you have to be aware of it. And for the sake of this conversation, the context of this conversation is that growing hands, it's about energy. It's about energy. I had someone tell me one time they went to a salon and they only got a shampoo and maybe a blow. It was something very simple, very basic service. And they said for that time and for a while after it, it's like their hair just started to shed, break, dry, brittle. It was just going through a whole dance. Nothing was wrong with them medically. Nothing was going on. And come to find out, it was something that was going on in that space that she later found out. You know what I mean? And it's important for you to know and feel, right? You need to feel. I'm so grateful that I'm a person that understands how I can make someone else feel and how they can make me feel. And it is with my purest intention that no matter where I am, I don't want to transfer anything negative that's going on in me to someone else. That's just not it. But even despite my best efforts to not want to do that, if I come into a space and I'm a sourpuss, they're going to feel my sourpuss. They're going to feel it. That's just how it goes. It's not intentional. It's not intentional. But you feel it. And now you done threw somebody else off. Matter of fact, the other day I was at work and a friend of mine came in and she was carrying something really heavy. Maybe she had lost one of her friends or something had really happened. And I was in a happy-go-lucky mood. I promise you, I was just happy. When she came in and she was just telling me what's going on, whatever. I mean, when I tell you it deflated me so quickly, she didn't mean to do that at all. But it's just that energy. She deflated me. And I started feeling heavy, honestly. And It's just that simple exchange. She was going through her own thing. She wasn't coming to try to do anything to me, but it's just the recognition of that's what happens. And so when you're getting a hairstyle and when you're going to places, you looking for somewhere to get your hair done, you online, you looking whatever, you need to vet places. Listen to what people are saying. Hear them. Hear them. Even if I always tell you, look at people reviews, but in the review, don't just look at, look at great style and things like that, but listen to how people feeling. Listen to their energy. You can hear it in the reviews. Even when somebody recommends you to a place, what are they? Okay, you want somebody to recommend you because they can style your hair good, but you got to go deeper than that. Because again, you're going to spend quite a bit of time here. If you love that stylist, you're going to go on a regular. You don't want, I don't care how great you do there. If you interested in some stuff that's going to affect me, it's okay. I'll shampoo and condition and silk it back. I'll figure something out. Because what they're going to give you is more than a great hairstyle. They're going to give you that energy that they carrying as well. And that's, no ma'am. No ma'am. It's important. Growing hands, that's a real thing. But hands that make your hair fall out, falling hair hands, is a real thing too. And it's not so much always about the techniques and the physical, apparatuses that we're using. A lot of times it's about that energy. That you're going through something toxic or hurtful or whatever, and it spreads over. It spreads. It just does. And this is just to make you aware. Pay attention. And not for nothing. Even when you find the greatest stylist, even if you have a day or here, the intentionality is there. The purest intentionality is there. Stop putting yourself in spaces that you had no knowledge of. You feel weird and you don't care because you're trying to get a hairstyle. Stop it. It's not that serious. On the larger scheme of things, anything that make you feel disempowered is not worth it. I thank you for listening. I appreciate you. This is the Barjo channel, home of self-care, beauty, wellness, and any and everything that will help you to become the most empowered version of you. I thank you for listening. Once again, remember, self-care is the best care.